Fran, we're at the 10 furlong start, the start for the Pretty Polly, but just a half a furlong as I swing over my right shoulder is the start of the Tallis's Gold Cup, a relatively unique start.
That's rarely used, only really for that race and one or two other races through the year. Hard against the road, you'd often get a lot of people parking there to view all these good horses running, and it's a beautiful start. As you can see, the 10 furlong marker here, the more used start, railing is out a bit off the railing to give you a straight run basically for about 3 furlongs, and that gives every horse a chance to get into their stride. Slightly downhill for the first 150 yards, but once you level out at the bottom of the hill there, you've got plenty of time to get your horse organised.
And Fran, if you're riding in these 10 furlong races on a good horse, you know, on a hold-up horse, where would you like to be? And does the pace tend to build from a certain point in these races?
There's often a good early dash, Dave, out of stalls. You got that downhill run, and there's one thing to note with your horse. If you've got a horse that has a tendency to be keen or run freely, this is a tricky point. It's actually that little just downhill run can set them alight, and it might over race for you. So you got to be mindful of that, because if they do that, they won't get home, and you need to try and get them relaxed and into a rhythm. And if they do that, they save enough energy, because you got to climb from this 8 all the way up to the 5. You're climbing a hill, a gradual hill on a right-handed turn, and if they're not relaxed and breathing properly, then they will not finish.
Fran, we're at the highest part of the track, the 5 furlong pole, and we can see back down here towards Walsh's Hill, no matter what part or what track you're riding over, what distance you're riding over, it's a crucial part. You've your horse filled up and you're just about to start to race downhill. What's in your thought process at the moment?
First of all, Dave, you've had this a chance to get a breather into your horse. You have to climb quite a rise from the mild start up to the 6 furlong marker. As you can see, it just begins to level out a bit here, and you're just trying to get a sit into your horse so that maybe the energy that is expended through that part of the race, just fill them up, get a little breather into them to be prepared for the finishing part of the race. And also you're thinking tactically, how's the pace been, what's travelling well, and where do I want to be by the time I hit the home straight.
And the fact that from the 5 pole you're kind of racing downhill, it looks as if you're racing downhill for the next 2 furlongs to an extent. Are you trying to get a breather into your horse as well?
Well, you'd like your horse to be travelling and almost freewheeling with you, but you don't want to let them go too soon, because it is quite inviting, as you can see, running down that hill, and a horse can, if he's enjoying it, could over race and maybe do too much, because you've got to bear in mind when you turn in, you've got the guts of 3 furlongs of a straight, you've got that uphill finish for the last furlong, and if you've done a little bit too much at this point, your horse has used a little bit too much energy, you'll pay a price for that at the end.